Greetings! Let's go. Today we're going to be talking about if the Mk3 Ford Focus RS is the modern equivalent of what would be a brand new modern Mazdaspeed 3. Today we ask this question and we explain why. Let's go on with the intro. Let's go. I truly do believe that if the Mazdaspeed 3 was made today by Mazda, it would be very similar and be just like the Mk3 Ford Focus RS. I've got many reasons for this. I'm going to cover all of them. Let's go with this. So firstly, the platform, the chassis, the architecture.
Mom, I really want to know where my dad at.
Now, as you probably already know, Mazda and Ford were together, and when they were, the Mazda 3 and the Ford Focus were always on the exact same architecture, the C1 platform. They shared chassis, it was all good. That kind of means that if they stayed together, Ford and Mazda, which they shouldn't have because you're kind of weighing down Mazda. But anyways, if they were together, the Mazda 3 and the Ford Focus would be on the exact same chassis. But anyways, what it shows is that these two companies, they value the same aspects, same characteristics when they're developing a chassis or a platform. They like their cars to drive in a very similar way. That's why when you compare the new Ford Focus platform to the new Mazda 3 platform, it is very similar, especially then when you compare these platforms to their rivals, such as, a Corolla or a Civic. Right. My cat currently is looking at me and she's telling me, you better hit the like button for your own good. Don't question the boss, I think just do it, because I'm scared. But anyways, let's roll on to the next reason, and that is the engine.
Getting off slumber comic is the div slog. Mighty come on, mate, you getting chopped.
Now, as many of you may know, many of you may not know, it is very highly rumored and very likely that the Ford Focus RS, the Mk3, has basically the same engine as the Mazdaspeed 3, a 13-year-old engine. What? And I kind of believe this too, and I'm going to explain why. So, I know currently a lot of you will be thinking, well, they can't just do that, just steal some other company's engine and yeet it in without saying anything. But legally, yes they could, because Ford owns the rights to this MZR engine from when they're together. Legally, they could just rip out that MZR, make a few changes, put in their car, call it something different, and we'd be good to go. But that's not enough to assume it, right, is it? Well, no. They have got many similarities, in fact too much similarities. They're both 2.3 litre 4-cylinder turbos with direct injection, with the same stroke and the same bore, made in the same factory. That's a lot of similarities, and even the dude in blue has seen both of them up close and he thought they look very, very similar. And you guys take a step back and just think, why would Ford spend millions developing a brand new engine when they could just use an engine that they already have? Why would they spend all this money to create another engine that's also 2.3 litres direct injected with the same stroke and the same bore? That makes no sense. That also means that then if they made a Mazdaspeed 3 today, chances are they'll just use an altered version of the classic MZR engine. Crazy. Then let's keep it up with the next reason, the performance.
The club isn't the best place to stalk a lover, so the gym is where I go.
Now if you've been watching this channel for a while, you would have known that a while ago we did a video on if the Mazdaspeed 3 was released today. So basically what we did is we got the Mazdaspeed 3 and we compared it to its rivals of the time, the Focus ST, other cars of the time like the Golf R, the Civic Type R, the Megane RS. We compared all their numbers with the Mazdaspeed 3, then see where these cars are now today with their numbers to work out all the sort of numbers, the power, the acceleration, the weight of a new Speed 3. I hope that makes sense. Basically we just use all the cars of the time, compared them to the new cars to work out the specs of the new Speed 3. I hope that makes sense. But enough with that. What did we work out? We worked out that the Mazdaspeed 3, if it was released today, made by Mazda, it would have 350 horsepower, aka the exact same as the Ford Focus RS. We worked out that it'd have over 380 foot-pounds of torque, whereas the Focus RS also has 350, very similar, In terms of weight, we're talking 1,490 kgs for the Mazda, whereas the Ford Focus RS is 1,550. That's quite similar. Acceleration, we're talking 4.5 seconds for the Speed 3 compared to 4.6, 4.7 for the Focus RS. Even quarter miles, with the Speed 3, we'd be estimating it'd be around a 12.9 seconds, whereas in the Focus RS, 13.1 seconds. Their performance would be very similar. And that's quite crazy, isn't it? And now we have to go on to look at sort of the mentality, the characteristics of the Focus RS. And compared to all its rivals, it does one thing. It prioritizes fun over everything else. You know, a Golf R is very refined, it's a very nice car. A Civic Type R is a beast around a track, it's a track weapon. But the Focus RS characterizes fun. It wants to be a fun car. And that's what the Speed 3 was. It wasn't designed to corner the best, even though it has very, very good lap times. But one thing everyone said is it's just fun. It puts a smile on your face, just like the Focus RS. And when you compare that then to having a very similar chassis, with the way it drives, with the same engine basically, they got to drive very, very similarly, and they both obviously got to drive very well, because the Focus RS drove very well. But that's not even it, right? Even when we get into the psychology of these two cars, right?
Yo!
People in the Mazdaspeed community, and I've seen a lot of people in the comments of our own videos, Mazdaspeed people, everyone seems really interested in this Mk3 Focus RS. They say, you know, if I could, I'd sell the Speed 3 and buy a Focus RS. All these Mazdaspeed people are only ever talking about this Focus RS and not the Golf R. That's one thing I've personally noticed about us. So it does show that the Focus RS appeals to people like us. And I guess a new Speed 3 would appeal to us too, so that's kind of interesting. And another thing, right? I know maybe some of you will be thinking, well, you can't really compare a front-wheel drive Mazdaspeed 3 to the all-wheel drive, far superior, drift mode Focus RS. Oh, yes I can. I think we know that if the Mazdaspeed 3 is released today, it would be all-wheel drive. The new Mazda 3 comes in all-wheel drive internationally, and even from the time, you know, the media, fans, people, they made out as like, why the hell is this car front-wheel drive with 280 foot-pounds of torque? Even after limiting boost in the first 2 gears, it still torques dead a lot. It really isn't that bad. And then looking with all the new competition, you know it will be all-wheel drive. And the thing is, they'd both be on-demand systems, which is expected, kind of. Let's glue this together and make a nice soup.
Never gonna fall over that train! Never gonna shoot those fuckers!
Glue together soup. That's not a good analogy. But anyways, right. If the Mazdaspeed 3 was released today, it would have a very similar chassis to the Mk3 Ford Focus RS. It would likely share the same engine, or a very, very similar engine. Its performance numbers would be very similar. Its mentality of fun is the same. They'd both be very fun cars. They'd both be all-wheel drive. And they both connect to the exact same people. The Mk3 Ford Focus RS is the brand new Mazdaspeed 3 that we never got. Hit the like, surely.